Hi, and I'm Adi.
And you're having chai with Aadi.
And Adi.
Welcome everyone to another really special episode of Aadi and Aadi coming from Sydney, Australia. Today we have three very special volunteer guests, don't we, Aditya?
Yes. So these people are really fun and they work really hard. And mostly we'll see them managing the social media, or when we have like a Pan Australia event, they're managing the back end, and they also manage all the like part. So it'll be really fun having them on the show today.
I agree.
And like we have so many teachers and volunteers, and these are the people who have to deal with all the volunteers and teachers.
Yeah, they're our rock, they're our foundation. And, during this talk, we've said that it's okay if they're on their phones, if it's for art of living matters. And we'll know because they'll be posting. So without further ado, let's welcome Mital, Mehul and Baktash. Welcome. Nice to have you all with us today.
Good to be here.
Pleasure.
It's good to be here, guys.
I'm a little bit nervous now that the cameras are on.
Yeah, just a minute back, you all were chatting and saying all the fun stuff.
That's because Baktash, we always are behind the scenes.
I feel like it's a little bit awkward.
We're like in the center of the tension now, so let's see how this goes.
You're in the front now. No more.
But let's be honest, when we're all together in real life, you three are the center of attention.
Yeah.
So now you're the center of attention on the internet.
Thank God.
Welcome.
None of us. Nobody
So
else.
what are you all drinking in your cups today?
Ooh, I've got a lemon and ginger tea in my Ironman
The
cup.
same, lemon and ginger.
I'm being a little bit more spontaneous. I've got orange and turmeric.
Oh.
Very nice. Aditya, what have you got?
I'm having turmeric and ginger as well.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well,
What are you having?
Well, I found all of these green powders in my like above the sink, and it's just like a green stew. So we'll see what happens.
Are you sure that's edible?
I'll let you know.
So
I'll survive.
one thing we have in common here, Adi's brother is a naturopath, and Baktash's wife Paddy is a naturopath. So all the herbs and medicines.
Yeah, so back to
And then you can see that.
So we're going to do a live demonstration of making some herbs today. I'm kidding. All right.
Well, before the show, we asked the three of you to introduce one of the other two. All right.
Okay.
So, Mital, would you like to go first?
Okay.
Yeah,
So, let's see. Mehul, say hi.
Hi.
That's Mehul. He was recently appointed as the IT coordinator for Art of Living Australia. He's also an experienced business intelligence analysis with a history of working in insurance and health industry, which I didn't know until last night. But we all know him as the one that never fills the form out or RSVP with his own details for the first time round. It's either with like Shah Rukh Khan or some other random name that he comes up with. He is a down-to-earth and a fun guy to be around. So everyone, welcome Mehul.
Welcome, Mehul. Mehul, you can go next.
I can go next. Okay. I'm really honored and privileged to introduce you guys Baktash. So Baktash is digital manager for the Art of Living Australia. So he works behind the scenes in regards to all the advertising or the media campaigns that goes out. He's also been a part of many of our nationwide events and courses. So obviously the information that reach out to you guys via SMS or emails, that's him. He's the man behind that. To me, I've known him for past 3 to 4 years. He's really hardworking. One of the good qualities that he has, and which I admire the most, is he's really straightforward. But at the same time, he's funny and has got this lighter side of his things. So, you know, and one of the things is I've seen in Art of Silence course is if he's not there, then I can say there would be a bit of a chaos in the kitchen as well as in the outside in the serving sink. So he does keep a check on that. So that's Baktash, guys.
Very nice. Welcome.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
One thing I would like to add for Baktash is that I have been with him in 2 of the courses, volunteer training program and then silence course. And in both the courses, in volunteer training program, he took warm up one day and he made us dance like crazy. And one of the assistant teachers was like, if Amit ji comes and he sees you all dancing, we are in trouble. Now do some asanas also. And in silence course, I remember, after a very intense meditation session, we were just dancing on some music and I opened my eyes and I saw Baktash right in the front doing belly dancing.
That's a nice revelation there. I don't think everybody know about that. It's nice. You're supposed to keep your eyes closed during this process.
Oh yeah, you are.
You can't peek, man.
Baktash, everybody's eyes were open at that time and everybody was laughing.
Oh my God.
He's the one that gets us into trouble.
That's right.
Your turn, Baktash.
All right. Okay. So I'm going to be introducing our lovely Mital. So she's been managing the Art of Living pretty much social. So Mital and I work together very closely around the social media side of things. So she's the one that's been putting a lot of posts and, creating content for our Facebook and Instagram page. She's also a business student and an entrepreneur. So in the past with Art of Living, she's done a lot of back-end work for the events as well. So we work quite a bit in that area with each other, like the paperwork. When you said that, I don't know what that meant. So I'm just reading some notes that I've written. So the paperwork and obviously making all the arrangements and everything that we do, and finding sponsors and partners for our events. So these are very, very important responsibilities, especially in the events and promotional space that we do. So, and she knows how to put up a very great show with just very limited sources. And she's always there when you need her, last minute things, when you need her. I'm always just getting onto her, like, Mital, can we just do this? She's like, oh, all right. There's a little bit of, all right.
But can I say,
done. So
after that, all right, then you have that smile.
Yeah, exactly.
All right. Get on it. Get on with
But
it.
the all right is always there. It's so spot on though.
Just like, all right.
I'll do it.
You can always rely on her. So it's been awesome working with her. And
Aadi, my first interaction with Mital was actually very funny.
Yeah, tell me.
So my first interaction with her was like this. I said, "What's your name?" And she said, "Mital." And in India, Mital is a common surname. So then I asked her, "Oh, so what's your first name?" And she got so annoyed. I've never seen somebody getting so annoyed in the very first meeting.
So, okay, but the backstory to that is that I knew who Aadi was because Mom had been talking, and then she told me, oh, he's been in the Art of Living, has done pre-TV and whatnot. So I knew, oh, he was just like family. So that's okay. And I had just come back from India, I think. And so in my entire life, I've never had a trouble with my name ever. And then I go to India and then I realized that people kept thinking that was my surname and I just kept correcting it. And it got to a point where I was like, no. So yeah.
Look, I honestly feel you. With a name like Aadi, most people think I'm a male. Like, they're like, oh no, what's your actual full name? I was like, no, it's Aadi. But having this talk show has paid dividends. So I can actually be a female Aadi openly. Anyway, welcome, Mital. What I want to ask you all is, what's the biggest event you've worked on together? Or what's in the works? Or what have you worked on? And we just want to know what happens behind the scenes.
And you can
Yes,
just discuss. You can.
the biggest event we three would have worked on would be the Art of Silence course with
Oh,
Swami that happened in
oh
Silicon Valley,
yes.
because
Oh,
that happens to be the biggest event after Gurudev's Art of Silence program anyway. So that was the biggest event that we worked on together.
Spot
It
on.
was, I would say, it was fun, chaos, lots of
oh,
interesting
so
things
much
happening
chaos.
at the same time,
Lots
and
of opinions.
interesting comments also coming out in the and in the baskets, the gratitude basket, and
Oh,
questions. Yeah, it was a fun ride, starting from say. So we had been eyeing for this particular venue for a long time. Now, for some reason or the other, we couldn't hire that venue, and it was that for it must have to happen for Swamiji's visit that venue was available, and we aimed that we'll get over 100 participants. It was booked out. It was really fun. It was real fun.
Yeah, that was an awesome event. That's the one in Hunter Valley, right?
That's right.
Hunter
Yeah.
Valley. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's. I was on kitchen duty on that event. That was the first time I actually did kitchen duty. So a
I
lot of.
don't think he'll ever volunteer for a kitchen duty afterwards.
I don't think so as well. But it was good, like getting up at 5 in the morning and then just
I think
serving
we
people food. all day.
miscounted how many volunteers we would actually need for the kitchen duty for about more than 100 people, because usually we have about 4 people for a 30 people group, and then this one was like double that, and we had 4 people working, so it was really interesting.
It was really good because when you say like some of the villas that we had I would say there were around 10 of them. 10 would be around 10, where you couldn't separate the beds, so it became really hard for us when it came down to allocating the rooms. So what we were doing is we were going through the list and putting partners and husbands and wife together, and there was one room where we couldn't find a partner, someone who's married. And now we had someone in mind, but then we thought, nah, that's not going to work out. So then we had to ask for Karthik to do that. And
I was gonna say I know that one.
Karthik shared the bed with Ramni uncle. Otherwise, we would have been like, oh my God, we short of rooms. And the other thing was, it was really last minute. There were also people on the wait list, and we couldn't find more rooms. So what we were then, at one point in time, it was decided that the volunteers will sleep on the floor. So we had that, we were ready to get the mattresses there and then just put it on the floor for them. But say, to be honest, like in all the events that we've done, that's our biggest challenge. Like, I feel that we should look after the volunteers more than rather than, I understand it's a volunteer organization, and then we do the best we can. But yeah, that's me. Sometimes I feel that we should take better care of them.
Yeah, but I don't think volunteers have a choice, because we are the ones there to give the comfort.
I know, but then at the end of the day, they are the backbone of the organization as well. So once in a lifetime, give them a 5-star. That's what I would say.
So
It sounds like it was like a really big event, but it somehow came together with what resources you had.
Yeah,
That just thing shows grace.
it was. Yeah, we were strangling in the storage room at that venue to find out some chairs and things like that at the last minute to put it on the stage. Yeah.
Oh, we also had trouble, because it was in Hunter Valley, so everyone was driving. So we had people come from Nara. We had volunteers going, so everyone went down from Sydney, and we had to take food for 4 days for 100 people, 3 meals a day. So the vegetables and the cars, we had to get in volunteers that weren't going to help out, do seva for the weekend. We called everyone, and all our cars were packed. And if anyone had stopped us, if our cop car had stopped us on the way, they would have just been like, what is happening? So it's always those courses are always fun when you're doing it with the volunteers. If you're just on your own, then there's no fun to it. So I think we go through so much, and then we have fun, and then at the end it's such a it's such a good feeling that you get that, oh, it turned out great, and we were so happy at the end but exhausted at the same time.
And one of the things was that whole retreat, the water is is rainwater. They depend on rainwater a lot, and back then there was not much of rain. So the lady who looks after the retreat, she was like, "Oh, if you guys can just use the water in a limited quantity, would be great because they're more reliant on rainwater." And all throughout the Silence Coast, it rained.
Oh, wow.
Wow.
Yeah,
That's-
it rained all 4 days.
But like when participants come for the course, they feel really peaceful and they go back so happily. You people in the back end, you come for a course with all that luggage in your car and like everything. Um, I have seen the cars that
Bags
go.
of Woolies
Yeah,
bags.
you
Like
don't have
from a
space in
missile's
the car.
car.
Like,
Crazy.
yeah, and when you leave, like how is it for you packing up and everything?
Oh, I think that's probably the most challenging part.
Hey.
Then you're left behind with all this food and vegetables, and we try to, give it to people or sell it or just do something with it. And you end up with a lot of stuff that
Yeah.
not many.
I think cleanup is a bit hardest part because you're tired at the end of the event anyways, and then people leave and you see them go and you're thinking, geez, I want to go as well. But then you look behind and there's heaps of things to clean up. There's lots of things.
I think we
Always
still
the
go
last
back
person to lock
home.
that door. Oh my god, that last
We
person.
still go back home with the same amount of stuff that we came with. For some reason, I don't know why. Like that happens. It's only rarely that it goes empty. Even like the vegetables that we've gotten, I feel like our car's like always packed. I don't know why. Something or the other extra has been added, and we're just like, okay. But it's still fun though.
But the funny part is when everybody wants to come and help, like especially during the break, when they got there on kitchen duty. So you got a kitchen, it's not that big, and then they're divided into groups, and then you have the kitchen people come in, then you got these other people come in. Then like you look around, there's like 50 people crammed in this kitchen. Every one person is drying a fork, the other one's drying a knife, the other one's drying a cup. I'm like, guys, this is not Seva. You do more damage. Please get out. So controlling that, it's always been challenging as well. But we get there.
That's nice. So now that we all are comfortable, I think we can go to the next round.
Yeah, let's do it. Let's start rapid fire.
Whoa.
You're
Bring
first
it on.
up the block.
Who, me?
What?
Yes.
Type of what?
I thought it was him.
The first one for the rapid fire is Mital.
Ah, okay. Sorry.
So we fire up some questions, and whatever comes to your mind, you can just say that.
Oh my god. I don't know.
I'm a bit slow today,
Best
guys.
answer.
Sorry.
The best answer, everything, Jai Gurudev. Jai Gurudev.
That's pretty much that's the answer for every question.
I might have to do that.
Yeah.
Okay,
All right, let's
go.
give it a try. All right, Mital. So for your first question, let's take
Wait,
it
do I
easy
win?
for-
Sorry. Do I win something?
Our eternal gratitude.
That's more than that's
No,
more-
we'll get you something. Make him
Better
special.
get something.
We'll get the best answer, some gift voucher
Yes.
for sure.
Yeah,
All
For
right.
sure.
in the works.
All right. So your first question: what would an ideal weekend getaway look like to you?
Like, I want to do that right now. Maybe just go drive down a long drive with my friends and just chill on the beach. Nothing else, music and on the beach, or go for a hike. I think that's my ideal getaway any time of the week.
All right. 3 things that people say to you that annoy you the most.
I have no idea. My name. I have no idea, guys.
Come on.
Think-
Yeah,
You guys
no.
can help her.
Guys, I need help. This is the worst.
One
rapid
thing
fire.
I know is when you go to India, this is one very common.
No, you can tell that one.
So when she goes to India, I know because when she came back, she shared this with a lot of energy in her. She was like, everyone in India, when they look at you, they're like, when are you getting married?
Yeah.
I'm with you.
And the
Even
third
then-
one,
Oh, The third one would be, oh, how old am I? I get asked for IDs still.
Oh,
Even
One
to
day
the
you'll take
movies
it as a
sometimes.
compliment.
Even to the movies.
Oh my god.
Okay, maybe not.
all right.
What
we move to the-
movies are you trying to watch?
PG-13.
All right. So your next question: if Mehul and Baktash, they were lost, hypothetically they were lost, and you had to find them,
I get lost. Sorry, I wouldn't even let you finish.
I'll find Mehul and go home. Don't worry about that.
where would you find both of them?
Oh, okay.
What would they be doing most likely?
Mehul would be somewhere eating in a corner with food. Some really good food, by the way.
Gulab jamun.
Baktash, I have no idea. He'd be up on a mountain dancing somewhere by himself because he has done that.
Yes. Wow. I remember that.
The
Impressive.
video is somewhere.
Yeah.
All right. On a press of a button, everyone will learn or do this one thing. What would you like them to learn or do on that press of a button?
Say my name properly.
Say your name properly.
Yeah.
How do you say it?
When you ask me, it doesn't work that way because I wouldn't know how to say it as well.
All right. I thought you will ask them to follow or something. Because
It's a little bit of a plug in here.
He's going a bit slow, so I would just rewind back. I would love them to go follow Art of Living Australia's Facebook page and the Instagram page, and to get
Register for
requests
the silence course next week.
and register for the science course next week.
Okay, guys,
And we have-
enough. We know you're the social media and all, but
get
okay. Yeah. Okay. The last question for you, Mitan.
Okay.
If you were a hashtag, what would you be?
Me?
Hmm.
Hashtag lost or tube light.
All right.
I'm lost half the time, or I'm just a bit slow sometimes.
Oh, and being lost, I don't think this is going to help you in Shri Shri Yoga TTP that you're doing.
I'm getting there slowly. It's just eating up my brain cells. I feel like it's been pretty good so
Guys,
far. Let's see.
Mital has to study a lot of science as a part of the course, and she's really struggling.
I think Aditya's struggling more than I am. I did high level bio until year 12, so I'm a bit okay, but getting there, guys. I'll get there.
All right. Getting back to our conversation, Aadi, food.
All right.
Before Adi, before you shoot
Yeah,
that question,
tell me.
talking about Shri Shri Yoga,
Yes.
that there's a thing that that happened with the Shri Shri Yoga level 2. There was a course happening at Yerinbul.
Yeah.
I think that was the only time it happened at the Yerinbul. It happened
Yeah,
at Tamara before, but
Yeah.
this was at Yerinbul. I was at work, and Mary and the caretaker, she called me a few times. I couldn't answer her calls. And then after work, like after my meetings, I called her back. I'm like, Marian, I saw there were a few missed calls. What happened? And she goes, oh, you know what? I said, yeah, what happened? We ran out of toilet papers.
Oh no!
What kind of course is this?
Oh no!
And I'm like, yeah, so what am I supposed to do? She goes, I sent one of our guys up to Mital or Barrel to get it. And he's just called and confirmed that he was able to get some stock. If not, she was going to ask me to carry it from Sydney and
Whoa.
so every time now I call her, she goes, I hope it's not one of those courses. We love your silence courses, but not that one.
Yeah. For people who have done Shri Shri Yoga level 2, they would know why toilet paper is so important.
If you haven't, then you should do it. It's a really good course, though.
Oh, that was fun.
It's a fun course.
All right. Adi.
All right. Next rapid fire round. Baktash, you ready?
Yes, hit me.
Okay. Describe yourself as a teenager in 3 words.
Oh Jesus! I was teenager, so I was naughty. To be honest, pretty much how I am now. Nothing's changed. Oh,
Naughty, nothing has changed.
mischief. Look, yeah, just playful.
Wonderful. If you had a superpower, what would it be?
Fly. I don't know if that's a superpower.
Yeah, it is, unless it's normal for people to fly.
Well, you know.
If you were to run a country, which departments would you give Mehul and Mital?
That's a good question. I would give Mital probably the legal system, and Mehul I would probably the finance
Oh,
and stuff.
nice. Nice. That gives me a lot of faith. All right. So if you were a hashtag, what would it be?
We've got a deal. 50-50.
Yes.
We've got a deal.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
In the back end.
If you were a hashtag, what would you be?
Goofy.
Nice.
Good one.
If you were to be given an all expenses paid holiday, where would you go and why?
Look, I'd like to go to Africa because I've never traveled there, and I think that's the only reason. Why is just because I think, yeah, I mean, I just like to travel to Africa. Everywhere else is I've been, yeah.
All right, awesome.
And it's all expenses paid. So
All
there.
expenses paid, so you can go
Is it?
in the continent.
I might go Africa, then I'll just do a detour. Maybe I'll go to Ibiza, Europe, and then if it's all expenses paid. I won't spend much money in Africa, but I'll just use the rest of the money for the other list.
All right.
Nice.
That was a good one, Baktash. And now it's Mehul's turn.
Ooh,
Mehul, are you ready?
on.
Yeah. So your first question, if you could trade lives with anyone for one day, who would it be and why?
Oh, I would trade life with a newborn one, man. That's such a good life. They don't have to do anything. They get fed. Everything's taken care
What
of.
age?
Hey?
What
A
age?
newborn.
Newborn.
Brand new.
A newborn, a year, 2 years. Unless until you start taking responsibility, start going back to school.
All right. And if you had to give a name, a new name or a title to Mital and Baktash, what would you call them? It could be any language, anything.
Mital, they would both be the, what do I say? Mital looks like a bit of an advocate lawyer with the glasses on.
Okay.
And Baktash, you know, one thing that comes to my mind is humorous, funny.
Mhm.
Like a clown?
I didn't say that. Funny bones.
You said it yourself.
Entertainer.
Entertainer, yeah.
All right. Now you have to add one new word to the dictionary. Which word will you add and what would it mean? You can just make up a word.
Pick up a word. And what would it mean? I don't know. I don't know.
Nothing comes to your mind?
Nothing comes to my mind.
All right, you can think about
This word that comes to my mind is from a movie because I'm a Bollywood fan and I never understood what it meant. It was from Chak De India. The girl, she goes, Suglaima Laglag. I don't know what that means. But whenever she got asked something, she got Suglaima Laglag.
You can give it the definition you want now.
So what does it say? Saglaimai?
Suglaima Laglag or something like that. And I try to figure it out what it means, but I don't know.
All right. Baktash and Mital, do you want to try saying that word?
Suglai black.
You got it.
Black.
All right.
It's like a duck going quack quack.
I know, it sounds like a duck.
We'll move on to the next question. So as the IT coordinator and, being in this role, what is one thing that you really struggle with?
Well, in which role?
Being the IT coordinator, like tech.
One
For
thing
our-
that I really struggle to.
Struggle with, yeah.
Lots of things. The main important thing I would say is just keeping track on my emails. And now people have started to WhatsApp me. So I've gone back to, can you please put an email out to this group? Because the thing is, I'm not a social media person. I skim through my WhatsApp messages. So sometimes it's like I've read it, but I don't know what action. I mean, I would have forgotten it by in 2 minutes time that I have to take any action. So yeah.
Fuck them, bro.
I would say to everyone who's listening, please put an email. Don't WhatsApp me.
What's your email ID, Mehul?
support@artofliving.org.au.
Thank you. All right. Last question for you. If a movie was made on your life, what would you call that movie? What name would you give that movie?
My life.
Yeah. Why you can't make a movie on your life?
Oh, you can, but I don't know what name. You guys can suggest it better than me.
Any
You're a
suggestions?
Bollywood fan. You should be like, it should be like this.
Chutki? You can say Chutki.
All right. So that ends our rapid fire.
Yes. So I have some questions for all three of you. So in your house, I know Baktash, Mehul, you've got teachers in your house. Well, as well as you, Mital, your mom is a teacher. Their teachers are their partners. And do they give you very subtle or unsubtle hints that they want you to do some seva?
Well, there's nothing like subtle or unsubtle. There's a very clear directive. You got to do it.
Yeah, it's
Or sometimes when they agree to something, saying yes, we'll do it. That means that yes,
We have to do it.
Okay.
It's kind of a given that if they're doing it, that means we have to do it, I guess. So yeah. And I don't think they know the word of subtle.
Got it.
Sometimes for me, rather than like I think maybe not subtle, but they would go and tell somebody else, and then that fourth person will come and tell. They're like, "Can you do this for me?" I'm like, "This is not you asking me to do it. I know this is going from. I know this is not your request, but all right." But as Mehul said,
I mean, we would eventually know where it's come from.
I know source.
Because I'm sure because you look after like the entire Art of Living Australia like family. So I was just interested in to see how all of these things come your way. And well, speaking of those kinds of challenges, what are the kind of things that you hope that we all learn about technology? Because I'm sure that you've got your responsibilities, but you're also trying to teach people how to add more social media and understand technology better in their lives.
And we know that we don't have a lot of social media friendly or tech friendly people.
Yeah. Okay, I can start on that one. Thanks for asking the question. I think, look, if it comes down to content and what we're putting out there on social media, let's be more responsible in what we're putting out around the messaging, around branding. I think at the end of the day, we're trying to portray an organization. Everybody's representing that organization, peaceful, like all the obviously keywords that we know, but it's important to stay true to the message and not just come up with our own type of branding, if you want to call it, right? So it's very important. At the end of the day, we I think that's one thing for me. And also quality, like, at the end of the day, when we do testimonials and we do things to promote a course and we request for, let's say, videos and images, and just stay in that frame of work that we provide, like, top quality, good lighting, good sound, so we can actually use it. So I know a lot of teachers, and we get that a lot. We go out and we say, guys, can you provide some testimonial for this course that's coming up? And a lot of teachers do provide it, but like the angle is bad and the lighting is bad and you can't even hear the sound and you can't use it, right? So, and they've put so much effort in doing it. So in order for you to have your material used by us, just stay within the scope of work that we do.
No, that's a good tip. So it's about usability to help our back end, so that to make your lives a bit easier. It's good to know. So it's about making whatever content or just sharing our experiences is a way
Look,
that
we live in a digital age, right?
Yes.
So this day and age, every organization, every brand, every business, everything, whoever's trying to grow, and we're a global organization, so we need to be relevant to what we're doing, and creating content and putting out there and putting things out there. It's pretty much what should be everybody's activities, right? So it's our responsibility to do that. But we can't come up with original content all the time. So we have to reach out to the community and request that. So in order for us to be able to use that material has to be usable, as you just said.
Perfect. Thank you for sharing that with us.
No worries.
I have a question to all three of you. What is the longest conversation that you must have had to help somebody or to explain somebody the tech or social media, or some volunteer or teacher must have had some problem? What is the longest conversation you must have had?
So for me, because everyone went online a few months ago, right? So Zoom was the thing. And this was the time I decided, nope, I'm not going to do Zoom. I left that to my brother. So I think he taught mom, but then during this period, taught her Instagram. It didn't take long, actually. She got the hang of it. You'd be surprised, like, she's not that young, and she's like obviously a generation above. So it was like, it didn't actually take that long. Like, she comes and asks me questions here and there, but I was like so happy. I was like, if she's that old enough, everyone younger than her should be able to learn Instagram and be on it. Like, it's so much easier to do. So yeah, maybe like a few minutes, half an hour, not longer than that. I've been lucky, touch wood.
What about you, Baktash?
Look, I think there's been few cases, not too long though. Like at the end of the day, there's been a few cases around doing Facebook live streaming. So we've recently, for the past couple of months, started doing yoga online.
Yeah.
So I've had, you guys have probably seen that, and we had to set that up, obviously, and not like it wasn't too much of a conversation, but yeah, like I had to educate a few people on just how to place the camera and what angle and when to press to go live and things like that. But it's just it's normal things. But we have a new program rolling out in a couple of weeks, and I know there's going to be a lot of those long conversations around that. I'm not going to go too much into it, but it's going to be around the Facebook ads, and I know there's going to be hours and hours of conversations. So Mehul, stand by. Coming.
So one of the conversations that I had was recently when I was like the IT support for Swamiji's Out of Silence course. So that conversation went on for nearly, I would say, 2.5 days. I would get a call from this particular individual, you can say every 15-20 minutes, because he was registered for the course and he didn't know how to use technology. It's just coming down to some people not being used to this technology, and with this COVID situation, it's the way it is. Finally, I mean, we tried everything. The thing that he was facing was he didn't have internet. The home internet was, for some reason, because of the change in the credit card details, it was disconnected. We tried to do like a hotspot with the mobile phone. Seems like that didn't work. It's just because it's very hard to explain someone over the phone how to connect using hotspot, and especially when someone's not tech savvy. The conversation did carry on until in the morning as well. Even at 5:30, I was having that conversation, and the course was going to start at 6 o'clock. And then I thought maybe the person won't join, but it was really good to see him online at 6:30, where I could figure out his name and then see the video on. So yeah, we went on for 2.5 days.
Wow. Well, so this was a surprise for you, since Mehul has had the longest conversation out of the three of you. We have something for you, Mehul.
What?
We
I shouldn't have said that then.
Is it a good thing though? Just wait for it.
I got another story.
Because you guys so much effort, and our people are doing so much good in the society everywhere, and every course, every activity that we do impacts a lot of lives, and you are the back end support who take on all the pressure, all the trouble, and support everybody in this process. So we have a $50 gift voucher from Shri Shri Tattva, and that is for Mehul today. Yo.
Woohoo! Thank you, guys.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yes.
Do you want to share that with me,
As
Mehul?
our show grows, hopefully, we will be able to have 3 gifts or more.
Very good.
We get more
Who's still
sponsors.
there?
That's
Yeah.
true. We get more sponsors.
Yeah.
But
And-
you guys didn't announce who was the rapid fire that round winner.
So we only had one gift.
And we feel like you topped it with the longest conversation. Like
Yeah.
all three of you are about troubleshooting, problem solving, and just keeping us up and running. So it's really good that the rest of Australia gets to meet you, and also that we hear what your job actually entails. And especially since everything's moving online now, that's why we thought it was more than relevant to have all three of you here. So we're really thankful to have you on. We know you've got so many responsibilities, but thanks for taking the time to be here with us. So I know
Thank
there
you
are
for
some
having
things.
us.
No, it's our pleasure.
Nice.
But since all three of you are here, I know there are some things that our viewers can do for our YouTube channel, and I'm sure all three of you know them. If you can ask our viewers to do the thing.
Like, share,
take
and
it away.
subscribe.
Like,
Share and subscribe.
share, and subscribe to Chai with
Press the like
Aadi and
button.
Aadi.
And also, can you like, share, and subscribe to Art of Living,
Art of Living
Instagram?
Australia. Aadi and Aadi will put the link down in the
Yeah,
comment
link's
section so
gonna
you
be
guys
somewhere
can go
here.
and like
Yeah.
it. And like the recent post as well. Wait, 1 second. Let me just pull up today's post. It's a very good post. You guys
Oh my
are
God.
missing out on
You're
really
such
good
a social
content.
media-
I already told everyone in the beginning that they get a pass.
Okay,
for having their
can
phone.
they see this? Wait, nope, wrong one. Right there.
Yeah, I saw that
Okay.
one. That's a good one, Mital.
Nice.
Read it out.
How to deal
With
with
stress, other than
Other than-
meditation.
Okay, so Guruji says, this is where he says, I love this. Drive
Mital,
a
we
car behind. What?
Are you reading out for us?
Yeah, I am.
Okay.
So you guys know what kind of content you have. We do have good content, guys.
I know.
He says, drive a car behind a bicycle. Slow down. How good is that?
Nice. So simple, like
Very
simple
good.
wisdom.
I thought now Mital has started and now she'll go on like 5 to
That's
10.
very good.
No,
And I-
just go like.
Also, I want to plug as well. Can we all plug? Can we all look into this course?
Oh yeah, I was going to say that Baktash saying, please register. Those who haven't registered, there it is. It's there.
Those who haven't registered, make sure you do. It's a once in a lifetime opportunity.
And
Guruji's
Gurudev's going
coming
to come online for one of the sessions, isn't it?
Yes.
Yeah, there you
He's
go.
taking the meditation.
Register.
Yeah, and we have these three to thank for making that happen as well for us in Australia. So thank you so much.
And guys, just also to add, like, so we're not upsetting other people. There's other people behind the scenes other than us three that help.
Yes, of course, of course.
We've got a team of, designers and content creators as well. So, I think credit goes to them as well. And
and the tech people, especially for silence.
shout out
courses
to all of them out there. You know who you are.
And just not a team of techies. We do have a team that goes behind the scenes with kitchen saver duties, especially for our
Shopping.
because they are the biggest.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Those who do shopping, running around, picking up
Driving
things for
people
courses,
around and
driving people, picking up people.
And have to take care about the the different requirements in regards to their food as well, like allergies and dietary requirements. So that's a big job. I wouldn't be able to do it. That's why I haven't been in the kitchen saver at all.
Wow, there's so much happening at the back end. It's nice to know so many people involved. Thank you so much, guys, for joining us today and for sharing your thoughts and experiences with us. It was a pleasure having you on Chai with Aadi and Aadi.
Yes.
Any close-
it was fun. It was really
Thank
fun.
Thank you, and thanks for the gift. Woohoo!
Oh, you and I have to share that.
Oh yeah, definitely.
What do I mean though?
Ah,
Oh,
we'll
you three-
get
Tell me we had.
Three of us.
a cream each. Moisturizing cream each.
Yeah.
I want the face wash.
All right, guys, you can go and buy online.
You want us to jump off?
Oh,
Right.
yeah, thank you so much. And in the coming weeks, we have a very interesting lineup of speakers, of our guests coming on the show. We have Prashant Jaiswal from Perth, and then we have an international faculty, Shreya Chugh. She has been with Gurudev since she was 3 years old. And she is a rock star and she is one of a kind. Then we have Ripple Serene, who recently toured Australia and taught intuition process throughout Australia. And we have this interesting lineup. So do join up and stay in touch. Thank you.
So,
Thank you all very
see you
much.
guys.
Thank you.